Welcome to Beyond Change. This is essay number 5. I also call them vlogs, so I guess this is vlog number 5. Well, today I finally was able to finish in a way because this topic is very fast. You never finish, you never end, finding more information and constantly going through a different channels and different venues that will give you more and more information. This is like a never ending. Um, I guess the name of this vlog is about, or the topic of this vlog is about artificial intelligence. And I was asking this question: can a machine ever be awake? Which means, can machines have consciousness? And I come up with the conclusion that in order for us to understand consciousness, we first need to understand what is it to be aware, right? And awareness is such a, um, in a way, subtle yet powerful concept that technology cannot really touch a bit. And this is again my own understanding, and it's my own, I guess, conclusion of based on my research. So, like for instance, when a baby gets born, is the baby aware that it's born? The baby has consciousness, of course, but is aware that it's just born. Same thing with a dog or any animal, right? Is a dog aware that he's a dog? See, so awareness is such a very profound concept that sometimes, even at the level of science, is very complicated to define. So, consciousness is also another huge topic that can potentially mislead you if you continue finding information about it, because there's so many proposals out there of the definition of consciousness. So, in science, particularly in neuroscience, the definition of consciousness has to do with the brain, and particularly with its neural correlations. Right. So, what happens with a brain that is sleeping? What happens with the brain that is awake? The brain that is thinking? What happens with the brain that is meditating? So all these neural correlations and what's happening inside the brain, in the brain's own world, has to do with meditation, because ultimately we all know that the brain is like a pharmacy. It's a bunch of neurochemistry that happens, and through different neural firings, it can produce consciousness, it can produce awareness. This is at the level of science. Now, can a machine, or can the brain produce, through the process of thinking, which is very subjective, a machine that can feel awake, or it can only create a machine that can mimic awareness? And this is interesting because artificial intelligence is becoming so powerful in a way, but we keep forgetting that it is just an algorithm or a series of programming languages that are designed in a way to um, receive information from databases and come up with different conclusions. And these are specifically designed for a specific type of situations. Right? If you ask any of the AI tools that we have available now, their responses will be pretty much similar, right? Because they're all being fed by databases that are being provided by us, humans. And the algorithms, what they do is they combine all these responses and then come up with the specific outcome depending on the question, depending on the task that is being asked by the user. But that doesn't mean that it is aware. If you ask one of these AI tools if it is aware, if it has consciousness, the tool will itself will probably tell you, no, I don't, right? But with the rapid advance in science and in technology specifically, I was thinking maybe one day we're going to be surrounded by machine or human like machines that are interacting with us as if they were indeed humans. But does it mean that they have consciousness or they have awareness? And maybe I heard, I don't remember now, but I heard, I don't remember now, but I actually think I read that there are companies that are experimenting with actual brain tissue and they are creating a technology with that so that eventually they will be able to create a part tissue, part machine brain. And that might potentially create some sort of awareness or self awareness. Now, this is from the scientific standpoint, right? So, my question was can we ever have that? If we want to define consciousness from the science of, or yeah, this Vedanta philosophy or the science of yoga, uh, different yoga schools determine consciousness or specify consciousness as something that is always present, that cannot be inside anybody's brain. It is something that is actually, in a way, permeating every sort of reality, including the physical brain. And the yogis call these the Atman, or some of them call them Brahman. And it is this omniscient, omnipotent omnipresence. And that's what they call consciousness. And as a matter of fact, this is the concept of unity. Because for the yogis, consciousness is just one general thing. You cannot compartmentalize consciousness. You cannot say my consciousness is different than your consciousness because according to the science of yoga, it is only one consciousness. It is the experience that is being experienced by the specific mind that is constructed based on specific karma, individualized karma. And this is, again, Shankya yoga, the aspect of Shankya philosophy, or the Shankya, or the science of Shankya yoga. And it's very interesting because from one part, it's very subjective. And from the other part, for the scientific part, it can potentially be objective as long as there is some kind of biology that is involved in the creation of technology. So the future is uncertain in this regard. I don't think so. This will ever be created. But what I can believe is that AI will be able to produce their own generation of intelligence through their own thinking and be able to perfection themselves through their own intelligence, through their own intellect, which is electronic. It's a technological intellect, which yet can potentially be faster and maybe more reliable in a way because it won't carry emotions, it won't carry reactions. There is no nervous systems, and it can potentially overwhelm humanity because we're not ready for this type of interaction. See, our focus attention is limited. The focus attention of artificial intelligence can potentially be unlimited, and that would be very overwhelming for humanity and society in general. So I did lots of research. I read so many papers, that I'm grateful for this because I learned a lot, especially at the level of science. And there are many, many papers out there that are full of great references and valid references that I was able to verify. Not all of them, but I was able to verify the ones that I should caught my attention. So, yeah, the consciousness in science, it's a little bit hard. It's what they called ill-defined, right? But in spirituality, consciousness is perfectly defined as something that is beyond all thinking, that is beyond all object, and it is embedded in reality, and it's very subtle. Okay, so this is my essay number 5. This is my own opinion. I created this corner just because of that, because I want to share what I learned. I want to share my research and be able to provide my perspectives, my ideas, and hopefully you will be entertained by my own research work. And also, hopefully, be able to connect with you. And if you like the content, please provide me your comments below. Subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up so that you can fit the algorithm and be able to expose this content across all the YouTube platform. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your time, and I will see you on essay vlog number 6, which I am thinking about what it's gonna be. But I have a couple of ideas. Okay, bye.